This is Lindsay Says, because somebody has to say it. I never thought I would say that. Welcome back, lovies, to another episode of Lindsay Says. There's a lot going on in my life this week and in Bravo. I mean, Jax is back in the conversation. Love Island is over. We will get to all of that. And I just want to start off by saying congratulations to me and Torre's nephew, Ashton, who was drafted this week. I think it was 13th or 14th round to the Cubs. So we're very excited for him. He is technically Torre's nephew. He is his sister's son, but still my nephew. So excited for him and can't wait to watch his whole career. And our oldest son, Jackson, he's 3.5, had his first week this week at Dino Camp. It was at the preschool that he's going to be at this fall. And he has obviously always been home because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so it was his first step into being dropped off somewhere without one of us, and it was somewhat traumatic the first 2 days. And we made a reward board for him so he could earn a dino with stickers and things like that, but he got really used to it and we got used to it. I mean, one of the days my baby, my almost 2-year-old, was having a full-blown meltdown for the entire 2 hours when he was gone. So we all had some adjusting to do, and I'm thankful that we had that practice round before September when preschool starts. And speaking of the time going by, right now it's summer, obviously, and in Michigan we wait and wait for these months. Okay, that's what gets us through the year, because the majority of the year is cold and it's warm outside. Okay, and smoky. It smells like a bonfire the second you step outside. You're not supposed to be out there unless you want to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes in a day. That's what your lungs would be like if you were to be outside for a long period of time. And so we're all cooped up inside. And I feel like we've had this 3 summers in a row. And then before that we had COVID. And it's I'm just done with this. I am done with the smoke. And I feel so bad for the animals that are out there in Canada and the people that are closer to this fire, because we're not doing good over here. I can't imagine how they're doing out there. We also can't have lettuce and certain fruits and vegetables right now because of some parasite that's going to give you explosive you know what. And we're not doing good. There's also a heat advisory. I mean, I want to get outside. I want to have fun. I want to eat fruit. And in case you missed it, I was on Next Gen NYC for 0.5 seconds this week. So about 2-3 months ago, the editing team at NBC Universal sent me an email and sent me one of my reels. And they made me sign all of this paperwork because they were considering using one of my reels for the show. And so I've been waiting because I knew what the topic was. It was about Riley and her drinking and stuff. And so I was waiting for the day, and here we go. And I was on the side of a building. It was 0.5 seconds. I was yeah, Riley might have thrown a drink or something like that. But even though it was really short, I was there and I loved every second of it. So if you missed it, go back and watch. I'm barely there, but I'm there. And if you watched Love Island, most of us watched. The couple that I wanted to win won, Bryce and Trinity, so congrats to them. And whenever Love Island is over, I'm always what the heck did we do with all of our extra free time? Because I obviously watch just about every single show on Bravo. And it's what do we do now? What do we watch? What do we watch? And we have to wait till August for the reunion with Ariana and Andy Cohen. But I'm excited to watch that. All right, you guys, let's get into Say Less, Spill More. Say less, spill more. So Jax is back in the conversation because he seems to be in a relationship with Lori Krebs, which is Brittany and his friend / publicist that they've had pretty much the entire time, their whole career. And people are I feel like we've heard this already, because we have, because it was a rumor not too long ago, a couple years ago, before Brittany and Jax split, that Jax and Lori Krebs were together, because they would literally post pictures onto their stories of their faces touching and feeding each other stuff. And Brittany didn't believe that it was true because Lori said it wasn't true. And so she continued having her as her publicist. But it turns out it seems to be true. And it's funny because I was thinking that Jax has been so well behaved lately and staying out of the press and things like that. And I thought that he must have a deal with Bravo or something to try and get back on the Valley. But it turns out he's just dating somebody that can cover all of it up and help him out. Maybe that's what he needs. Or remember when people thought that he was going to date his therapist? Maybe he just needs to date a therapist or a publicist. But Brittany posted her story, and I only know that because I saw another creator post it. I had no idea that she blocked me until yesterday, but Jax and Brittany both have me blocked, so I guess that's fine. I mean, my list of people that have blocked me are Tamra, Craig Conover, Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright. I think I'm doing fine. You know, if that's the group, I think I'm doing okay. None of them that I really love. And I understand. I come for all of them. I understand. But apparently they picked the cameras back up to record Brittany during this time. And I mean, she also worked with Kristen and Tom. As far as like I know, they were still working together. So I don't know if they're gonna fire her or what they're gonna do. But somebody in my comments was like, I wonder if Tom knew because he lived right next door to Jax. But Jax moved out, I think, a couple of months ago. So it's possible that Tom Schwartz didn't know. But I mean, it's Tom Schwartz. People were referring to Jesse Solomon as the Tom Schwartz for a reason, even though Jesse Solomon was not the Tom Schwartz. That's why they were calling him that, because Tom just knows things, okay? And he just keeps it to himself. He's a guy's guy, which we don't love, but I'm not surprised. Also, Brittany did end up firing Lori Krebs, which is not a surprise at all. And the RHOA Legacy show, The Golden Life, that's going to be on E! They've been filming for quite some time now, and apparently they've extended the episodes. So they were filming in Florida, I believe, and the extended episodes are going to be in the Hamptons and in New York City. And so there was an article written that the RHOA cast wants nothing to do with the OG RHOA cast wants nothing to do with the new RHOA cast, the newbies, the reboot, and said they're a joke and that they're not in the same league and things like that. And that somebody close to the production for the E! News, the Golden Life show, wants the two shows to air at the same time because they want like a freaking competition to see who we like more and what Bravo lost. I mean, I guess I just don't, I guess I understand like moving on and like rebooting some shows, but out of all of the shows to reboot, I don't think that was the one. I think it could have been New Jersey or the Orange County. I mean, like, Orange County is getting old. I'm having a hard time watching it. I'm hopeful. 20 seasons. I'm still entertained on some level, but it doesn't bring me the joy that Miami brought me. Ugh, R.I.P. Miami. It's just not fair. And Angel from Real Housewives of Potomac, the one season wonder, posted a picture recently. And I mean, it was totally face tuned, definitely not her regular face. And people were in the comments like ripping her apart. And she did post something saying like, lay off me. So she's jabbing back. But girl, we know what you look like. Just tone down the filters. You're beautiful without it. You can't expect people to not comment on it. I mean, everybody does it, but if you're going to do it and we know what you look like, expect the comments. And Mia was on Carl Radke's podcast this week, and they both told each other that they have crushes on each other. And I'm here for it. I think that they would be an adorable couple. Also, Mia was in an ad for Pizza Hut with Yvonne, and I would love if Carl and Mia dated and they were both on In the City next year. However, I will say it feels like on some level that Carl has shot his shot with every girl in this group. Like, he was engaged to Lindsay, he dated Lindsay, he kissed Bailey. He tells Sierra every season that he's still interested. And then like Mia is there because of Sierra. And on some level, I just think that's so weird. But whatever, I root for Carl's happiness. And I root for Mia's happiness. So if that's what they want to do it. But I do still want Carl and Lindsay to get back together. Okay. Ava was on the Vile Files. I did not listen to all of it, but they posted a clip, and it was Nick Vile asking Ava about her and Kyle, and she said, well, the one difference between the Sally and the whatever, everybody that Kyle's been kissing, she's like, they didn't catch it on camera. So to me, that means that they probably did kiss, but she didn't really fully confirm. And then they asked if she would go on a date with him if he asked, and she said, yeah, why not? So I feel like it's nothing serious with her, but I feel like it's more serious with Sally than we think. And speaking of Sally, Lala and Sally have a new podcast together. Let me see what it's called. It's called Sex Unlocked, which is interesting. I mean, the duo, I don't know that I love the combo of Lala and Sally. I was starting to like Sally on her own, but I feel like Lala could bring her down. I don't know about it. I love how Sally like leans into the drama that she's a part of, but I don't think that Lala is going to help her at all. And West posted Amanda on his TikTok for the first time in a very long time. And it was Amanda picking up pickles and ice cream at the grocery store. And she like looked like she was about to smile and like was super proud of what they were doing. Like so funny because there's pregnancy rumors. And like if we liked you, it would be funny. But we don't. It's also probably not funny to like joke around about pregnancy rumors, but like I guess people are joking around about them, so whatever. But it's just hard to laugh with them and like feel for them on any level when they've never really shown any like remorse for what they've done or like cared about Sierra at all. And it's just gross. Also, I commented on the post saying, don't forget the prenatals, and so many people thought that I was Lindsay Hubbard. You guys, different people just see like my face, and I guess I have blonde hair, and they see Lindsay and they're just like, oh, this must be Lindsay Hubbard. No, no, no. No, no, no. It makes me think that I need to like not have Lindsay in my title, but I'm going to. And Porsha was coming for Shamea this week. She's pissed off because Shamea came for her on the episode about her mom and her daughter, and then a bunch of people were obviously speculating about what Shamea said, and she's like really upset about it. And she's on a trip in the Bahamas with Sway right now, and she took to social media to like throw Shamea under the bus with who she's cheated on her husband with, and said that there's more, which I believe. I fully believe it. I think there's such a weird vibe coming from Shamea. And I think that Porsha is happier than she's ever been. And there is no like proof to this, no truth to this, but my husband saw an article recently that there's going to be next gens in every city. I have no idea, but we know if there's next gen NYC, we know there's going to be a next gen LA. And there's rumors that there's even going to be like a next gen DC, I guess because of Karen Huger's daughter, which I would love to watch her. But I think they're going to be making next gens out of all of the children. Should be interesting, if it's true. Time for the Bravoholic Breakdown. Let's start with Atlanta. So they're still in Scotland and they're playing all these games that look like traders games. And it's so interesting to watch. And at a certain point, Porsha eats like brains of a lamb or something like that. It was disgusting. Like there's no way in the world that anybody could convince me to eat that. And they're all sitting down and they finally talk about that moment that all of the women pretty much had without Shamea. And you could see in Shamea's eyes, she's so upset that this happened because she feels left out. But honestly, I think she feels left out by her own doing. But she's upset, not that Porsha and Kelly are bonding, which I think that she could kind of be upset about. She's upset that Porsha is forgiving Kelly and she forgave Phaedra prior to like for doing something awful as well. But I just think that she holds Shamea to a different standard, and I think Shamea has been moving very oddly this season. And K. Michelle is feeling very weary. Is that the right word? I think I got that from Amanda Batula and it's stuck in my brain. But she's feeling very weird about Shamea because Shamea said in front of her that the only person that she has in this group is Kelly. And I think it's very clear that K. Michelle has been on her side. And I think it's telling that she's just kind of using K. Michelle and doesn't see her the way that K. Michelle might see her. And she said that she might turn into a monster. And I think it's happening before our eyes, unfortunately. And I used to really like Shamea. And people say this is the worst ever move from friend of to housewife. And I agree. I think this was a bad choice. And there was a point when Pinky sang to Drew saying, you must be delusional or something like that. And Drew said, I don't know what note that was. And something that I don't get about these women is when there's like another actor in the group, there's like a competition. If there's another singer in the group, there's a competition, and they're like kind of not very nice to each other about it. And I just wish that this group could be more welcoming of people in the same group, like same talent as them, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that's any housewife group. So Shamea obviously wants to trigger Porsha, and so she brings up Pilar, and it's like, why would you do that if you want to be friends with somebody again? Why the heck would you ever bring up somebody's child? And why would you ever think that you're going to be close with somebody's child when you're not close with them? And then your moms aren't getting along, and then you throw her mom under the bus. So what do you think that Porsha's going to do when you're talking crap about her mom and saying that she tried to sleep with your dad? And if she knew something about your mom, what makes you think that she's not going to say it? But wouldn't you love if they brought the moms on the show to discuss all of this? I want the four of them to sit down and let's watch it. Let's watch it all go down. I want to see them talk. But I'm not really sure what Shamea thought was going to happen from this conversation, but it's clear that this conversation was the end of their friendship. There is no going back, especially after what Porsha said the other day online. I mean, it's happening right now, and I'm very interested to see what this reunion is going to be like. In the city finale, the drama continues between Lindsay and Whitney and Georgia or Georgina. Gosh, I get the names confused. There's so many Georgias, Georginas, Georgie. I'm mixing in Stassi's sister too. I mean, it's confusing, but it's Georgina. And Whitney, I don't really understand her take. I made a post about it. I don't know why you would come for the moms. Like, I get that Whitney thinks that Lindsay should try harder with Yvonne, but it's like, maybe like stay out of it because you're not even friends with Yvonne. And I think that shows that she just cares about who gets the master and thinks that maybe Lindsay's in charge of the whole group and she doesn't like it because it's kind of like her show. But you need to kind of like maybe get over it. Her and Kenny clearly talk about Lindsay behind closed doors, and it's really sad for them. And they doubled down on Watch What Happens Live. And then Whitney said that Georgina and Lindsay are the most annoying in the group. And it's like, how are they annoying? The word would not be annoying about Georgina and Lindsay. I think Whitney's giving annoying. And Amanda was having a hard time. I really believe that she was having a panic attack. And I feel bad for anybody that's going through that experience because I've gone through them in the past. But I think what it was is like, she really put herself in quite a situation with the West stuff and the Kyle stuff. And I think it was very clear to her that she needs to leave Kyle. And I think for anyone that would be a hard choice. So I mean, on some level, I feel bad that she has to make that choice, but like she was probably cheating at the same time. So that makes me not feel bad in the Sierra of it all. And Amanda and Danielle were bonding when Lindsay and Whitney were arguing because they were not a part of the issue. And I guess that's nice to see. Maybe the two of them can be friends. I mean, that might make sense. Katie, DeLuca, Danielle, and Amanda taking over the world together. And Gavin and Kenny had a situation because Gavin was sticking up for Lindsay, but I think that Gavin has a crush on Lindsay possibly, but I also think he has a crush on Kenny. It's very confusing. But as far as we know, he's straight. But I get a vibe. Who knows? But Gavin has not really had Kenny's back as a friend this season. I feel like he's just kind of told Kenny what he needs to hear. And Kenny wasn't liking it, so they went off and they had like a really good conversation with each other. And it's nice to at least see that they can talk nice to each other. And Kyle was DJing at the Friendsgiving event. By the way, the fact that they started cooking when it was dark out was kind of insane. Like, how do you think that you're going to be ready for dinner? And I know it's winter time out there, but like, don't you have to start cooking like all day? They just like start cutting potatoes. Like, what? And then Kyle was DJing, and you know that Amanda was hating every second of it, but the whole setup was giving like work party. It was. But Lindsay and Danielle kind of move forward. And they're all saying that Danielle is like the happiest she's ever been, which I would absolutely agree. I feel like she seems very confident in her relationship. But I kind of think that she was already pregnant at this point, but I've said that before. And we see Amanda and Kyle sit down, and he's saying that she point blank lied to him about the West stuff and asked if she was leaving him for this guy. And she said she didn't leave him for him and said that she was scared. And I think that she was kind of saying that she just jumped into it because she was terrified. And it's like, no, that's not why you break up with your husband of however long. You don't just jump into something, especially your friend's ex. Like, what are you thinking? You're just jumping into more of a mess. And that just shows how much help that Amanda needs, that's the decision that she made. But Amanda's saying how afraid she is walking around in the city, that people are like screaming in her face or something like that. And she also like discredits Kyle for the growth that he's had with Loverboy and says that people are only buying his stuff because we hate Amanda, but it's like they're still freaking married. So anything that we buy would support her as well, and we're just buying stuff to support him. It literally has nothing to do with Amanda. But she said that it would be a fun double date with Sally and West and the two of them. And it's like, I don't know. I think it would be good TV, but I think I want to stay I think I want to stay far away from that. And I think that Kyle should want to as well. But we find out that everyone in the group, we already knew this, but everyone in the group is pretty much pregnant. Yvonne, Danielle, Lexi, Georgina already has kids. Lindsay already has a kid, so Whitney's going to be the only one. And possibly Amanda, but there's pregnancy rumors. On to the valley. We get to see Jasmine getting ready for her wedding and trying on her dress and stuff. And the moment with her and her mom was so special that her mom used to say that she wanted to pray for a husband or a man for Jasmine. And then one day she just like gave up and said, find a good person for Jasmine. And that's like, this is like what you want to see in somebody. Jasmine's mom is like the sweetest person and is a great example for how you should be LGBTQ plus. Like this is what you should be like. If you have a child, you should not expect them to be straight. But everyone is saying how much they love their relationship and how in love Jasmine and Melissa are. And they're really so sweet. And they have an engagement party and Melissa was so clearly tipsy, which I feel like we've never seen her like that. And we see Kristen and Luke talking about their engagement. And I find it to be so awkward because, yeah, when Luke proposed, that means that you want to get married. And right now he doesn't want to get married. And I feel like on some level, that means that she shouldn't have her ring. But I feel like it's not that bad that he wants to take the ring away, but it's not good enough for him to want to get married anytime soon. They're in a really bad spot right now. And we see Lala and Kristen bonding about Nia. And I mean, Lala made fun of Nia's prairie dress at one point, and I mean, I've thought this for a while that Nia only really wears prairie dresses, and she's so pretty. I want her to change her style a little bit. I feel like that's not her natural style, but I feel like Kristen and Lala really are bonding here, and Lala's saying like, come to me if you just want to come out for 45 minutes. Like, we need to get Kristen out of this spot mentally, her postpartum stuff. And we see Danny get snipped, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit more when Torre comes on because I feel like this is a topic to talk about with him. But I mean, for a moment, I didn't want Torre to watch because I'm like, one day you're going to have to do this. So maybe you need to close your eyes or walk away. But we see a girls' dinner and Zach, and they're going out to celebrate Lala's sobriety day. It's 7 years of sobriety. And she's also discussing how she had to put her dog down. And I hate that kind of stuff. I hate it. I never want to watch a dog or anybody talk about a dog that passed away. It's something that I can't handle. And I feel like there needs to be a warning, right? Just like people think if a dog dies in a movie, you should give a warning. If a dog is about to be discussed like that on a TV show, I would like a warning, okay? And they get more into the Janet discussion, the Danny discussion, blah, blah, blah. I am so over it. And Lacey and Jesse, I made a post about this, but I think that Lacey and Jesse are a perfect example of how to handle this situation because they haven't had the best situation with Janet, but they're moving on with grace, okay? We're on a TV show together. You don't have to talk to each other very much outside of this TV show. Can we at least attempt to move forward? Say your piece, be civil, speak. And then the whole like following, not following on Instagram or something, like I think Zach only unfollowed because he didn't want to see that we followed. He didn't want us to see that he followed her. And I think that is so not how people in shows should be looking at what they're doing. I think they should just be doing what they want and we need to deal with it. Like that's not natural. I think everybody's afraid to be nice to Janet again because of us. And on some level, yeah, I do believe that she is fanit, that she did want to get on this show. But you guys, like, half of the people that are hating on Janet for wanting to be on the show probably want to be on a show. So something that I never hate in a Bravo celebrity is them wanting to be on a show. I don't judge it for a second. I don't really care if you want to be on the show. But I do think it's weird if you're using people to get there. I think that's like opportunistic and creepy. But like, I think she's being different this season. I think she was trying too hard to try and be a Stassi, and I think she's going about it differently. And I understand not trusting her, but can we move on for the sake of the show? Janet is literally swallowing her pride talking to Jesse about Lacey and saying that she was wrong. Like, I feel like she's walked around a lot this season saying that she was wrong about stuff. And that's why I think it's okay to move forward a little bit, because she's saying she was wrong. She hasn't really done anything that crazy for us to not stop talking about this. Next in NYC, Riley, man, she had a rough episode. I love Riley, and I think that she's super young. She's only 23, and that's the time to like make mistakes, but also you need to learn from them. And I'm hoping that after watching herself and the tabloids and her mom having to talk to her and everything, I hope that she takes notes and drinks less and doesn't blame other people for her actions. And I hope she realizes that Georgina, see, and I hope she realizes that Georgia was really not trying to give her a jab. I think that she was trying to bond with her on some level, but like obviously Riley doesn't want to talk about her drinking, but she was at a level where she was pretty tipsy and wasn't being very nice to the guys that arrived. She was saying to Shy, you have to walk over here if you want to talk to me. And like that's why she said it, because she was being kind of sassy and funny. And she was trying to bond. I think the whole group is pretty hard on Georgia unnecessarily. Like I think not washing your hands is gross, but like move on. Seriously. And then Riley was saying that Georgia has ketamine in her cup. What? What? I liked how Georgia handled this situation. Like, where is this coming from? Why are you saying this? And Ariana was being such a good friend, taking care of Riley. Like, I would have done anything for an Ariana back in my day, in my drinking days. I would have done anything. She was being a good friend and doing the right thing. And I think that Riley is just embarrassed about how she was acting in the tabloids and stuff, and that her mom had to call her like that. And the Birkin comment was just not good. Like, it wasn't good. And it was funny seeing Brooks on FaceTime with his mom, Meredith. And she was saying on the phone that Angie K apologized or like was trying to get along with her, which should be interesting. I cannot wait for Salt Lake City to come back, which I feel like should be kind of soon. And Brooks realizes that he hasn't been disengaging, he's just been disassociating. And he hasn't been hanging out with Charlie because Charlie isn't brand safe. And honestly, I don't blame him. Why would you want to be friends with somebody like him? And we find out that Georgia's mom and her sister were like abducted by aliens. And that would make perfect sense to me if Georgia was like related to an alien in some fashion. I believe it 100%. Or I either like it just makes sense for this to be a storyline of hers. Real Housewives of Orange County. As usual, Shannon Bedore is clumsy as heck. I love watching her in these classes. This workout class with the jumping and stuff. And Emily, her tagline is something about like how her body is new, but her voice is the same. I don't think so. I feel like on some level she's more timid and more self-conscious or something. She's not herself. But they take her to a bingo drag brunch, but they're all dressed up as old ladies, and I'm never gonna like an old lady theme. I'm so happy to say I've never had to dress up like an old lady. I'm never gonna like that theme. I don't like a theme where you have to be like ugly. Like I love Sierra Miller's costumes because they're funny. Like I don't want to have to look old. Can't we save that for later? Like also Vicky Gunvalson is like 60 plus. Why this isn't a funny theme. And I know that Gina wanted Emily to look her best in the group, but like don't you think that on some level that's making her feel gross that she's turning 50 and that you're all dressed up as old women? Let's embrace beauty, or let's all wear wigs or something like that. There's something else we could do, or all wear the same color. There's a theme out there. This isn't it. And Emily's storyline this season is about Tamara picking at her podcast. And like, I think that's a dumb storyline. I think it's a dumb storyline. I don't like it. I'm bored. I think she's just trying to lean into something that isn't her marriage because it seems like maybe there's trouble there. But we did see a trailer for that. Maybe it's coming. And we see the drama between Heather and Jen and Tamara. And Tamara feels like Heather hates her. And I understand putting your friendships in a box. Like if somebody disappoints me, I like put them in a different filing cabinet. Like, oh, I can somewhat trust you. Like there's like filing cabinets for who you can fully trust. Like I agree 100% with what Heather's doing. It's how you can stay friends with people. If somebody shows you like, oh, not so good, put them in a different file. Okay, if somebody's really really bad, kick them out of your life. But she's not kicking Tamara out of her life. But Jen had no right to speak for Heather. Heather was looking for a friend, and she showed that she's not a friend, which just proves Katie Janela right, that Jen is loyal to nobody. I mean, sorry to say, but she even cheated on her husband. And I'm loving Carmela. I made a whole post about it, but I think that she's a great addition. I think she's a badass. I think the way that she's handled everything in her life is exactly how she should have. However, I think she needs to leave her boyfriend, because if he's cheating on her or has cheated on her, it doesn't show a great example to your kids why you would leave your husband, but not this guy. And it doesn't even seem like she likes him. Vicky is coming for her, and it doesn't make sense why, because Vicky even said that she cheated on her husband, and like she's the reason why her family was the way that it was. So I think she's just projecting all of her issues and judging Carmela. On to Ask Torre the Bravoholic.
Should I just go no hat or what?
It's up to you. Welcome back to Ask Torre the Bravoholic. The fidgeter.
The fidgeter. Why is the lighting ever like? Why don't I have
It's so
good lighting?
bright, Torre.
Why don't I have
my
good lighting?
eyes? Okay, stop fidgeting. Hold still. You're really sweaty from walking on the treadmill downstairs.
Just got off the incline tread.
What was your incline?
Today I only did 7 the entire way, because I've gone 3 other days this week where
That's
I do
fine.
7, 8, 9, 10 in increments.
You look a little sweaty.
I am. I just got off the treadmill
And your
doing incline.
Your buns are looking a little bit more muscular today.
Okay.
Isn't that the goal?
No, I don't think so. I think it's to lose like fat, like body fat.
How about how hard you fell asleep during Next Gen NYC?
I watched it though.
Then what show did you fall asleep during?
What was after?
In the city?
Well, no, it was after. Maybe I did fall asleep. Well, I watched.
You fell asleep during one of the shows this week.
But I saw you on the show.
Yeah. You fell asleep so hard this week that I was playing with your bottom lip and you weren't even waking up.
Well, children and work and dealing with you is not an easy thing.
Sorry. So I mentioned that our nephew made it to the Cubs this week.
Yep.
Do you have anything? Do you want to announce anything?
Ashton Pokel, right-handed pitcher out of Florida Gulf Coast University, drafted in the 16th round by the Chicago Cubs. They shipped him off to Arizona. It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. We're excited for him. Okay, the one part that I know that you didn't fall asleep during the Valley.
That's it. That's all about.
We're very excited. I said something in the very beginning that we're very excited for him.
Okay. So what about in the city?
You can say more about it.
Got nothing
else.
We're
very excited for him. Pumped. I hope he makes it to the
big leagues.
Big leagues, dude.
Get back to your topic.
Okay, this is your topic. So I know that you weren't sleeping during the Valley because you really perked up when Danny had his ball appointment.
Not happy with that. Also, I've never heard of people getting the gas. They get the needle to their balls or their dick or balls. I don't know where the shot. I don't know anything about it.
It looked like he was like in the middle of a C-section.
He must have not wanted the needle to numb up the area.
Why would you not want the needle?
I mean, I don't think any man wants a needle being wherever it goes. I
don't want a needle up my spine, but you do it to not feel pain.
Those aren't your genitals.
Okay. It's my spine.
But I thought that was a little interesting. I didn't understand like the gas and like the whole, my friends who have had it said they walk in and walk out and they have their snipped.
Why do they make it seem so dramatic? I didn't appreciate that, to be honest.
Well, maybe because it's a reality television show.
Well, they should be showing reality.
You never know what they're showing. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it...
Well, he was saying, ow, ow.
I'm sure he felt some pinches for sure. When I go to get my, when I had a root canal or when I've had dental work, they needle my gums up. I still feel some, I could feel the tooth being ripped out of my mouth. I couldn't feel the pain, but I felt the pressure.
I didn't even feel a baby coming out because of an epidural.
Okay.
Suck it up, everybody.
This is a nice dead time. You're trying to find out something to ask me. What do you have to ask me for this?
Give me a second. Okay.
You text me, get up here now, like you have
Yeah, because I have to
questions
do it.
prepared.
I don't have questions prepared, but I'm
You
going to
should-
ask you.
You know what? You should have been preparing for our weekly segment of you doing a game show with me, because that would be a hit on Instagram.
Okay,
and
you
Facebook.
prepare it. What did you think about? Did you watch Atlanta?
I think I did.
Do you think that Porsha's right or Shamea's right?
I did not watch. I'd say Porsha because you think it's Porsha.
Okay.
And everyone's coming at you because you don't know. You just don't know Porsha, Shamea. You don't know.
I know Porsha.
People are.
Okay, so you barely watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you just agree with what I say.
Yeah, I don't want. Sunday. Like I said, Sunday is just not. It's the end of a weekend, and I'm exhausted. And
I do wish
Atlanta
that they
just
chose
doesn't
to
do
do that
it
on
for
Monday
it.
instead.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me.
I think that Shamea.
Most housewife shows do nothing for me. I don't even really pay attention to any of them when we really. I mean, there's a select few.
Okay. What did you think about the In the City whole season? Because that was the finale this week.
It's going to be very interesting because no more Scamanda. That shouldn't. Without Scamanda, we're just talking about Kenny's life the whole time. Who would have thought?
I have a bad feeling.
Kenny's like a star on Bravo.
He's not a star. I don't see it. I don't see it with him. I don't see it with his girlfriend.
His girlfriend is not a. She's too shy for TV.
But she was coming for the moms and saying that they're pulling the mom card.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, that's coming from someone who obviously has no kids and doesn't get it.
And then she's going to be the only one on the show without a child. Danielle, Yvonne, Lexi, Lindsay, Georgina. They all have children or are pregnant.
Yep. I hope that's not what it really turns into. We don't really want to see that, but
Well, we don't know if they're all coming back. Is there anyone that you don't want to come back?
I mean, there have been a couple people that like are boring on the TV. Who's the dermatologist? She seems boring.
I like her.
Seems boring. Even that little weasel that always chimes in and gets everyone
Gavin?
riled up. That guy has to come back because it's like, this guy is like a creature.
He said some weird stuff
like
on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, what did he say about
something about going in dry? That's too much for me.
Like, how many people have you met in your life that's just like that, where you're like, oh my God, we were bringing this guy out in public and he could say anything at any point.
He's wild.
Wild cards, but that's good TV. If that guy wasn't on TV on this show this year, we don't get some of those crazy moments because he made it happen just enough.
He did. And he wore the spoon necklace on Watch What Happens Live. A spoon.
Don't know what that means.
A spoon, like stirring the pot.
Oh, is that why he did that?
Yeah.
That guy sucks.
He's really weird. I think Lindsay has a crush on him, which is so weird to me.
No, there's no way.
Because I think that he has a crush on Kenny.
Probably.
I really do. He only had good communication when he was speaking to Kenny and vice versa. They have very good communication together.
Yeah, when it gets to like the breaking point where they're going to kill each other.
They had amazing communication with each other. I ship.
Next.
I think Kenny and Whitney will be back. His girlfriend.
Yeah, he's the star of the show.
No, he's not the star of the show.
If Kyle and Amanda aren't on this show, Kenny is the star of In the City.
What about Lindsay Hubbard?
The male-female co-stars. There's nothing else on the show. What else is there on the show other than Kenny? I've seen Kenny for 4 episodes straight.
You want to know what I'm sick of?
What?
Mercury in retrograde.
Yeah, it's retrograding.
It's really horrible. Okay?
Wildfire smoke.
Explosive
diarrhea in Michigan.
I'm over it. Anyways, we have till the 23rd. What's the day?
17th, I think.
Okay, so you think that we're done with Scamanda is what you're saying. You think that we are done. That Amanda will not be back in the city.
I think she's taking 1 year off unless they
don't
give West, if they want ratings and she needs money, she'll be on, and they're loving the attention.
I thought she was gone.
Based on their pickle video.
Don't you think that based on the article that Bravo posted about West and Amanda?
Yeah, they're trying to soften it up.
Why do you think? Why would they waste their time typing up an article to make it seem all positive? Why would they do that?
Because they know what people say they're not going to watch, they will 100% watch. You know why I know? It was because every time you post a Scamanda video, it explodes because people want it.
And they're like, who cares? Well, those are my videos that do well. So a lot of people care.
Yeah, there's like a handful of people who says who cares, and then you have 500,000 views with...
Why do you think that everybody thinks I'm Lindsay Hubbard in the comments?
I have no idea. That just shows how stupid and how crazy the internet can get. Like... And then I said, as Lindsay's husband, and people are like, Lindsay Hubbard as a husband?
And it's like, can you guys just look? Because
like, click on the like, how do you go Lindsay the Bravoholic? Why would you go, that's Lindsay Hubbard? She's on Bravo. She's the Bravoholic. What's that even mean?
It doesn't make any sense.
Like when people are like, is it? No, I'm looking at your comment. It says Lindsay. It doesn't say Lindsay Gary or Lindsay. It says Lindsay the Bravoholic.
And then some people will be like, you are messy, but I love you. And I'm like, do you love me or do you love Lindsay Hubbard?
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, I just like it.
10,000 plus likes but
they think I'm Lindsay Hubbard.
It was really, and Wes and Amanda talked about that. They were like, these people think this is Lindsay Hubbard.
Yeah, they do. Well, whatever. She better pick up those prenatals if she's pregnant. Do you think that she is based on that?
No, she's not pregnant.
I know. Okay.
But the one thing you do know in life, that we all know in life, is that you never really know. Take that, write that in your poem book.
Maybe it's giving them an idea and they're getting pregnant right now.
What's your next question?
My poem book.
Some people keep journals. I don't know. Write that one down for the future. Can you ask me another question?
Okay. Do you think that it's okay for Lindsay Hubbard to pull the mom card?
Yeah, 100%.
Why does it bother Whitney so much?
Because she's a freaking jealous loser. Moving out to live with Kenny.
Yeah.
Maybe they're in love. Who freaking knows? I think he's he comes off as like someone that really thinks about everything and like has a plan.
Of course. And Lindsay agreed on a post that I said that he's super calculated. And she said, exactly.
Exactly. I didn't even know that. And I know that because you can just tell the way people talk. They're little sly weasels. And you know what? Actually, little man Gavin, maybe he's on our team. Maybe he's like, I got to keep Kenny in check because I know he lies about stuff. So maybe I'm too hard on Gavin.
Gavin is probably a good addition on the show. But he
like,
definitely gives weasel
Who
vibes.
Are these guys?
He runs like party thing. That's what his bio says on Bravo. It says that I was trying to snuggle you.
Yeah, we're on a podcast. This isn't like the Love Shack.
Love Island.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
Are you happy that Love Island's over?
Yeah, worst show on TV. What a dumb show. Just rewind to the end. Every episode, just rewind to the end. What does anything matter?
I like when it gets like romantic.
Romantic?
Bryce and Trinity are so cute, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? This is like this is like the first few dates of their life.
Okay, but they were like stuck in a building. They were stuck at a facility for however many weeks.
Like a mental facility?
Don't you think that you fell in love with me on day one?
Yep.
So who are you to talk?
All right. I'm done with I'm just done with that too.
Okay.
This is my segment.
Whatever. So Amanda said that she put out the statement for her and Kyle that she like did it on both of their phones.
What?
Yeah, but then she also said, she's like, I did it on both of our accounts. But then it's like, okay, then she has his password because then she said that they were on the phone with each other.
And they weren't like, and when she made the post, like, that is ridiculous.
She said she did it on both of their pages.
You know, it's a separate story today. Did you break that, or is that the screen?
That's just the screen. What happened was I was picking up Jackson from preschool, and
Dino Camp.
Dino Camp, and it flew back and hit something.
All right.
It's not broken. And I didn't think that you were going to see that so quickly.
I saw it this morning.
Okay, well, it happened like 2 days ago.
But yes, that's insane. I thought doesn't the statement say like they are just trying to talk, like they didn't have any like romantic yet? Like, wasn't that romance yet? Like, wasn't that what?
No, Amanda posted it on her and Kyle's.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Wes.
There's two different statements.
Oh.
But the one with Kyle, she's saying that they weren't they weren't in the same room, so that means that she has his password.
Of course.
Which is interesting. I wonder if she still does. And then it makes me wonder if she posted both hers and West's.
Possible.
Do you have any sympathy for her?
None.
Do you have sympathy?
You know my statement on all adults that make stupid decisions.
You have zero sympathy.
I have some. It depends on the situation, but for
It's
the most
rare.
part, you are a grown-ass human being. I make decisions every single day. Everyone makes a decision. Everybody has a choice in life. You make the bad one, you pay the consequences.
Whoa.
It's that easy. I understand having sympathy. If something like outrageous happens, that was not a good choice.
Do you feel bad for her if people scream in her face in the city?
Yeah, that's stupid. Like, people who take it that seriously are ridiculous.
I would agree.
You can take pictures, take your videos
or like
from a
you
distance.
can look at her like glare at her like,
or walk by and be like, Team Kyle. Like, don't say it in her face.
or just say Sierra Miller.
Call her Raquel.
I think she's Sandoval, which is worse.
But no, people should not be screaming in her face. Let her live her life. She's going to look like an idiot living her life, but that's fine.
She has to live her life not being friends with freaking Sierra Miller.
Mm-hmm. By the way, you know what? I got to be honest.
What? Don't you dare.
Sierra's kind of ticking me off lately.
Why?
There's something about her attitude. I hope she stays humble. I'll tell you that.
What's making you think she's not humble?
There's just been there's some things she's posting that are just like a little too much, a little extra. Like, just
such as,
did she post this much before, Scamanda?
Who cares?
I'm just saying. I think maybe I'm just sick of the whole thing. But Sierra's kind of, let's all stay humble here.
She's posting because she's getting brand deals. She's getting paid.
All right. That's my opinion.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
What should she do when she gets a brand deal?
It's not about brand. It's about the threads she posts and like things. It's just like, chill out. Just chill.
You don't like her clapping back?
She doesn't need a clap. There's no clap. It's too much.
I like her cartwheels and stuff. I want her to do more. I think that she should do more. Write a book about it. Tell me every thought you've ever had in a book, and I would buy it. I would. Okay. But that's your opinion. This is your section, and I disagree with you.
Next.
Would you like to see a sit-down meal with Sally, Kyle, Amanda, and West?
No. I mean, yes, but no. Shouldn't happen.
What do you think about Jax banging his publicist?
Whatever.
Do you think Brittany thinks she's getting her own Scamanda?
Yeah, because she's a lunatic.
She thinks this is her moment.
It seems like people so I saw TMZ post, first pictures of Brittany Cartwright since Jax Taylor and Publicist.
They're trying to make it a thing.
They don't even who cares?
Nobody.
Ridiculous.
She blocked me. What do you think?
Good for her. I'd block you too if you talk crap about me.
All I said was that I think she still has a thing for Jax, because why would she walk up all of those stairs
to Tom Schwartz's apartment and go to that party? Yeah, we've heard it.
Okay, that's why she blocked me, I believe. But I guess I haven't looked at her page in a while.
I think she needs to look. I know she's on TV. She's drinking. I mean, to have a child and to get party as much as she seems to party
right after surgery.
Yeah, it's borderline. We gotta address that, but everyone's too worried about Danny at the moment. Which Danny has got his own problems, which we've talked about.
I'm sick of his ass. I'm not even gonna ask you a question about him because I'm sick of it.
You've already asked me about his vasectomy.
Oh yeah, I did. You're right. God.
Okay, next statement. Next comment. Next question.
I literally wrote in my notes, he got his balls snipped. Torre put his phone down for this. Oh, so they had to shave his area. How hairy do you think it was?
When you go to surgery, they have to shave that spot where they're going to cut you open. So they probably shaved like a little runway for his balls to be snipped. I don't know where they snip. Is it the balls?
I don't know. But do you think that you should shave prior if you ever get that done?
I will probably clean up for them. Yeah, I don't want a nurse dragging a blade across my scrotum or my shaft. Your notes are so brutal.
You're brutal.
Every word is spelled like you said. Nulls snipped.
You think that I'm like
gas?
I'm like
listen to this. Gas on his face, balls out is a note she took.
I just got so sweaty.
Can you please screenshot this and post that on Threads?
No.
You
And then it says, wanted to make it bigger here, felt that, ow. And then he asked for an epidural.
You need to screenshot your notes about this scene and post it.
These are what I type. Like, nobody needs to see this except for me.
I see a note that says shared fried shrimp. What are you talking about?
That's what Janet said about Zach. She's like, I thought we were friends. We shared fried shrimp. It's very important. Do you think that Zach should be able to be friends with Janet?
Why aren't they friends?
Because he's afraid of what we think and afraid of Kristen and Nia. What do you think about Janet this season compared to last season?
I still think she's a little weasel.
So do I.
But she's not as like bad, I guess. I don't really know. She's not like as whiny, maybe. I don't even know what I can't really
show
give
just needs to be like tossed in the garbage or I'm serious. Or they need to, this storyline needs to be done.
Yeah.
It needs to be done.
Yeah.
To the point that I would like to like Janet if they don't stop it. As like punishment for continuing. Thoughts?
I have no thoughts. No thoughts on it. It's been a very interesting season, and that's not a good thing. They honestly should have kept Brittany's crazy boyfriend around for some good TV.
She dumped him.
I know. Well, that was interesting to see how crazy they were.
Yeah, that was probably the most interesting part of the season. Okay, so
no, Lacey and Michelle are the most interesting part.
I think Lacey.
Okay.
Okay, so next Gen NYC, your wife was on television for 0.5 seconds yesterday,
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Blinked and you missed her. I'll tell you that.
What did you think about my section?
You were on this like super tall skyscraper. They stretched your head out. You look like freaking Gumby.
I made it.
It was cool.
I made it.
I mean, they sent you months ago a video to sign off on, and it's like a 2-minute video, of course. And you're like, oh, maybe I'll get like 5 seconds, 10-second video. Maybe
even 1 second would be good.
It was like,
boom,
through a glass, done.
Riley Burruss through a glass.
1.5.
Riley Burruss through a glass.
Riley Burruss through a glass. Almost 2
seconds. It wasn't even glass. Riley Burruss through a glass. Why'd they cut off my word?
It said glass.
Not really.
So that was good.
Thoughts on Riley? What do you think about that whole thing?
She's a shit show, man.
I love her.
How old is she? She got
23.
I mean, she didn't go to college? Did she go to college? Do any of these kids go to college?
She was wanting to work on music. Candy made her do something.
That's the thing. College taught me how to drink. Okay.
Same.
Good and bad. But
didn't teach me anything good.
By 23,
drinking wise.
By 23, I was like a veteran. Like, you know how much you can handle. She has no clue.
Well, when I was 23, I definitely had no clue. 0%. And so when I talked to her at the next Gen NYC party, I said, I got your back. Because I think that she's just very young. And I've been there. But like, I didn't like the Birkin comment.
I don't know what that is.
She said, some people here can't afford a Birkin.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's a wild thing to say.
What's her name? Candy. That's her name or her mom's?
Candy Burruss wrote No Scrubs.
Yes, and what's her name?
Riley.
None of this was your money. Like,
no,
this is not your money.
Poor thing. So I'm trying to have her back because I told her that I would, but like, that was a horrible scene.
Yeah, she looks like dreadful. Like,
it was bad.
Like, she is the kind of person that you never invite out. You never invite out again.
And she took it out on poor Ariana.
Yeah, the only one feeding her water.
And food and got her in the car.
Yeah, she's
When I was 23, I could have used a friend like Ariana to get my butt in a car. A couple of times. You
know what? Ariana's probably normal because she had a crazy mom and she's had to like kind of learn how to be normal. And she's not like the richest.
She's a sweet person.
Or not like the wealth. No, she had like no money.
Yeah, she like gives her money to her mom.
Yeah. So
she's a sweet person.
She's actually a responsible kid.
Overall, I'm Team Ariana, but like I try to help Riley because not everyone's perfect at 23.
Except for me. And yeah, I've hit the mic a few times.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, good setup for me to sit with my 6'3" frame.
You set this up.
I'm sitting on a ottoman.
We're gonna get a better setup eventually.
I want. You know what? You should do your podcast in our room with our 2 chairs.
That's a bit much. I don't want to sleep where I work. Isn't that like a saying? Don't shit where you eat.
You are really, if you think that's what that means. God.
Don't work where you sleep. Who wants to do that?
You just made up a new thing.
What?
There's people that live in like a 1-bedroom apartment that have to work from home, and they're.
Yeah, that's a different scenario where you shit where you sleep and where you eat.
Do you know what that means?
That's something about banging a coworker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I like to use it in other ways. So did you pay attention to Orange County at all last night?
Yes, a little bit.
What did you think?
I thought they looked ridiculous as old people.
It drove me nuts, to be honest with you. I hated it.
Like, why? Oh, let's put on wigs and look. You guys are already old.
Some of you are 60 plus.
Like Vicky Gumbelson looked like she was actually a 90-year-old woman because her face is kind of like a 9-year-old woman.
She's the oldest housewife. Why are you wearing an old lady wig? Not to be rude.
I mean, they could have picked. They're all in good shape. They could have been like, let's wear bright colored wigs. Yeah, let's dress up as bananas. I don't know. Like anything. Old woman. Like, why?
I think it's such a dumb theme.
And it's kind of never want to wear that. And it's kind of like against what they're doing. Like, you are trying to look good the rest of your life. You guys know how you're gonna. Did they think that's what they're gonna dress up as when they're 80 and 90? No, you're gonna try to look good.
Also, so they're celebrating Emily's 50th, and it's like, wouldn't you, as Emily, be like, "Are you trying to say I'm old?"
Maybe that's what they were getting at.
No, Gina said that she wanted her to look the best out of everybody.
Well, yeah. What else did I pay attention to? Oh, I paid attention to the WWE girl, which I have. Like, I don't watch wrestling
And she was Playboy Playmate. Did you know her from that?
No, I don't even remember her from wrestling. I don't remember. I know her husband more, Jeff Garcia, quarterback.
She was Playmate of the Year.
Who looks at Playboy?
I don't know. I'm not a boy.
If you're like in 1995 to 2000, maybe there were some Playboy magazines floating around.
Gross.
But Jeff Garcia, that her son, I don't like the way her son was a little rat. I'll say that. I
like her though.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I skipped practice because I don't have teammates. So I'm like, shut up.
So you don't like her kids?
Little rich kid. Go freaking do something.
Okay.
That's what I got out of the episode. That's it. That's the only thing I really.
That's what you thought about was this track practice?
He was ticking me off. Yeah.
Torre used to be a coach, in case you're wondering why he's so pissed off.
When Jeff Garcia said he's got running punishment, I hope he runs his ass into the ground.
Okay.
That's all I paid attention to.
Do you like the new girl?
Yeah, she seems all right.
What did you think about Jen turning on Heather?
When they said that Heather inherited her money?
No. Anyways, if Carmela left her husband for cheating on her, and she has a boyfriend and she's staying with him for cheating on her.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Don't you think that's a little bit of a weird...
The guy in the house she's living in right now? The guy that came out?
I think it's her house and he lives there.
And the guy came out and said, does he need a ride?
And he cheated on her too. Don't you think it's a bad example? That's the one thing I'll say. I think it's a bad example to stay with some random boyfriend that cheated on you when you left your children's father for doing it. Don't you think that's a bad example?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know that. I mean, if it's her house, that makes me feel better. But if it's his, then I can just say she's staying with him for the money. But does she have her own money? Or Jeff Garcia made Jeff Garcia was like the oldest quarter. He played the NFL
divorce.
Forever.
They're still technically married. So she's got all his cash, I believe.
Lots of cash with Jeff Garcia. And then he was a commentator.
And she's a Playboy.
I don't know what that
Chick
means
of the
anymore.
Year.
Did she get paid like $1 million a year after being Playboy?
Like I said, I know little to nothing about Playboy. Hugh Hefner passed on my birthday.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Okay, I think my segment's done. We've been talking for like a half hour.
That's it.
All right.
I feel sweaty in here.
Yeah, it's very hot up here. Hot air goes up stairs, and you don't have the fan on, and the door's closed. There's no airflow. There's no circulation.
And there's fire burning in the atmosphere.
And there's a freaking bonfire outside at all times.
I'm over it.
Have a great rest of your podcast.
Thanks. Bye. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope that if you're suffering from the air quality, this all goes away so we can enjoy our summer. We deserve it. And I hope that everybody's doing okay. I mean, the people that are close by the fire, I mean, I feel so bad. Have a great weekend, you guys, and great week. Love you. Okay, I think I've said enough. If you liked what you heard, please rate, review, subscribe, follow, all the things. And that's what Lindsay says.